please come in and sit down and shut the door. Listen, it looks like Kim Porter's text messages and or diary entries. Yeah, remember the diary they said didn't exist? Might be the one thing that puts Diddy away. You guys, there has been groundbreaking new filings from Diddy's own side, and they're demanding that messages, text messages, or even admissions that Diddy SA'd someone or treated someone horribly that is no longer with us should not be admitted. Listen, I read through it. A lot of people think it might be Kim Porter. I'm going to read you guys the legal documents too. Not all the documents, just a quick thing. And you let me know what you think. But you guys, this is huge. And the fact that nobody is talking about this blows my mind. This is directly from Diddy's legal team. I feel like a lot, well, you know what? Let me not throw shade. Let me just get to reading, okay? They said, this is the Diddy's own team. One, they made a bunch of shocking admissions. One, Diddy isn't ready for trial at all. They're now mad because the government is governmenting and actually running their trial the way it should be. Three, they want key evidence from a deceased paramour of Sean Diddy Combs. To my knowledge, that's only Kim Porter, unless there's other people that Diddy did the pneumonia special. They're demanding they be excluded. Listen to this. Yana, after months of refusing to disclose the identity of alleged victims and just 60 days before trial, the government suddenly announced that it intended to shore up its case with evidence of blank uncharged, that's SA, uncharged and uncorroborated crimes, including a number of purported instances of SA, all but one of which supposedly occurred decades ago. Yana, these incendiary allegations are substantially more serious than the charged offenses, and if admitted, will make it impossible for Diddy to receive a fair trial. Now, hold on, because I know when the government heard that, they were like, we ate that. We ate that all the way up. Second of all, Diddy, you are charged with RICO and SMEX trafficking, and I believe running a criminal organization that did wire and bank transfers. What could be more serious than that, mofo? Granted, SA is very serious, but baby, it is not more serious than SMEX trafficking and RICO. I guarantee you that. So Diddy, what are you talking about? After months, first of all, Diddy's team, y'all the mofos that demand that the trial happen on May 5th. Lots of people said y'all weren't prepared. A lot of people told y'all to stop. Y'all was like, we know what we're doing. And now that it's a few weeks, but 60 days before trial, you guys are like, Never mind that you guys already agreed in a pre-trial conference that the trial would move forward. And the government kept saying, are you sure you don't want to wait? I mean, really sure? And y'all was like, what you mean? Yeah, we sure. What's the problem? You had all that mouth. What's the problem now, Diddy? I know what the problem is. Anyway, let's get into this some more because this blows my mind. Your Honor, for example, the indictment does not allege blank. Instead, the charges focus on allegations about domestic abuse and supposed economic coercion of longtime girlfriends. That is the case that Diddy has been defending for months. Okay, I agree. DV and economic coercion is the case that Diddy has been defending it for months. Unfortunately for Diddy, that's not what you were charged with. I agree. I've been sitting there from the sidelines too, being like, is Diddy living on planet Earth? Does he know? Saying, looks like she enjoyed it, to videos of Cassie being rugged and freak out. Do you know that it's not a sound? Oh. Let's keep going because it gets good. Just hang in there. That is yet now, Yana, the eve of the trial, and after two superseding indictments, the government has surfaced a new plan to taint his trial with evidence about purported heinous acts of, they redacted it. They say it is SA, grape, all that stuff, including an allegation that it's heavily redacted too. If it says that Diddy off Kim Porter, I will say thank you, God, for this justice. But also, on the eve of the trial, it's 60 days, and you guys are the ones that demanded this trial happen quickly. The government tried to put it off till next year. You guys demanded this happen quickly. So lay in your bed. Anyway, These are entirely new, untested, uncorroborated, and uninvestigated allegations. All but one of the alleged incidents, Your Honor, happened over 20 years ago, with the oldest dating to the 1980s. So basically, just to catch you guys up, it looks like the government is like, listen, we're not going to sue you for SA, but the people you did SA that are alive and the journal entries and text messages of the people that are not with us anymore, we're going to put that in stand because we're showing it is your MO. It is your pattern of behavior. Again, let's get into this. Keep that in mind because it's very, very important. Some of the allegations, Your Honors, some of the allegations are demonstrably false, but would nonetheless require an enormous amount of trial time to disprove. Well, you wanted the speedy trial. And honestly, shut up. Because that's what you keep saying about every civil case. It's demonstrably false. Then demonstrate it. If it is demonstrably false, Mark Agnifilio, then you have no problem with them bringing it up. That's actually going to play out for you if they bring up lies and you can disprove it in court, right? It goes to the heart of the prosecution's credibility. But they would require an enormous amount of trial time to disprove, but you wanted a speedy trial. And they can't be both. If they're demonstrably false, then why don't you just prove they're false? It's going to take a lot of time. A lot of time to what? Disprove the truth? Anyway, right? Yana, some are truly unknown to the defense, and the government's disclosure has been utterly threadbare so far. So let me get this straight, Mark Agnifilio. You want the government to find the witnesses, give them the identity, give their testimony to you before they even get on the stand. Is there anything else you want us to do? Do you want us to wipe Diddy's butt while we're at it? Anyway, Yana, the allegations implicate dozens of unidentified witnesses and alleged co-conspirators around the world. Remember we told y'all there was some stuff in London? Yes, Mark Agnifilio, that is what an international RICO case is all about, what the government has been telling you the whole time. And Yana, some of the key witnesses to the supposed incidents, and pay attention to this because this is where the Kim Porter part jumps in. And Yana, some of the key witnesses to the supposed incidents are Yana, the defense is not even permitted to share the identities of the individuals described in the disclosure letter with Sean Diddy Combs, Yana, until April 18th, further hampering defense counsel's ability to investigate. Yana, collectively, these new allegations require many months, if not years, to investigate, and if admitted, will require a series of mini trials, certain to be double the length of the trial that the government originally said would last 3 weeks. Mark Agnifilio, shut your Let me get this straight. Y'all fought for a speedy trial because you thought the government couldn't prove their RICO case. And now that the government actually did what governments do and harnessed billions of dollars to investigate, they have international witnesses, international crimes. They even have the fact that a person who is said to be a former lover of Diddy, who is no longer here. I'm thinking it's Kim Porter. Anyway, Diddy's team goes on to say, Yana, the government should not be permitted to pollute the trial with decades of dirt and invite a conviction based on propensity evidence with no proper person by painting Mr. Combs as a bad guy who must have committed the charged crimes. Yeah, you guys, does Diddy think we're stupid? Yes, I know we all watch too many fake court TV shows, but that's exactly what a trial is. Again, they're not trying to convict you for SA. They are trying to show that you treat all women and men, including past girlfriends who are not alive, you treat them all the same. And this shows that it wasn't a mistake. It shows it wasn't one-off. It shows, oh, well, she liked it. It shows that you are the monster you are. And the fact, you guys, that Diddy is sitting here crying and screaming and yelling and carrying on and acting a fool because the trial he bragged about, the trial he boasted, the trial he turned to the government and said, I don't care, you better be ready May 5th because I'm going to be the trial you did all that carrying on for. Like Anthony Rico showed us, you are woefully unprepared, grossly outmatched. The fact that you are now trying to say it's going to take too much time, evidence, and money to research things when you were just bragging about being worth $50 million and the money ain't stopping you. Baby, we have to laugh. Baby, it couldn't have happened to a worse person. And for you guys saying, they saying some nothing in the notice or in the discovery of date lends any credence to these stories, and there's no basis in the record to believe the notice evidence is all reliable or true. Well, then that's up for you to do the cross-examination, because at the end of the day, if it didn't happen, it didn't happen. I will say this again, this rule 14.413b or whatever they're citing about this has nothing to do with the case. Baby, they are trying to show your modus operandi. That's it. And whether you call it sex trafficking or not, whether you call it rape or not, whether you call it a crime or not, this is the way you treat everybody. And that's what they're going to testify. And all the jury has to do is decide did he treat all these women the same way? Because if he did, well, baby, this goes to Diddy and all of Diddy's supporters. Whether you believe it's a crime or not, it is. And you will be held accountable. Listen, thoughts and prayers to Diddy. Let's actually see if this trial actually starts May. It was the 5th. They moved it to the 12th. Let's see if it even starts in May. Because if it does, Diddy will be spending the rest of his life in jail. My prediction, in 3 weeks or less. But I have a feeling that man's going to wise up and move the trial. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.